Hello, this is Miss Brenda with Tada Gymnastics.
So now we're going to do a couple of crafts where we are going to take advantage of those plastic Easter eggs that we use at this time of the year. Um, for a craft, we can just have our kids come with some Sharpies and decorate these little Easter eggs so that they're a little bit more exciting than just the plain yellow, blue, green, solid colors. So you can have them do some rickracs. You could have them do, I'm going to do another rickrack up here. Now, when you do it with a Sharpie, you have to not touch that Sharpie part that you've colored on until it's dried. So remind them that they want to keep their fingers off the part that they've colored until it's given a little time to dry. So something like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put maybe some purple spots on mine too. They could do dots. They could do just squiggles all around it. We'll do one with a green one. We'll just make it free form. I'll put one at the bottom here. Again, they need to wait until it dries before they touch that area. Or like this, see how you can just wipe it right off. So just want them to not touch that part until it has had a few moments to dry. You also want to make sure you put some paper down underneath because again, it is still wet on these eggs and it will get on your table if you don't put something down underneath. So there's one decorated egg. I'm going to do something a little bit more free form with the green. Let's do green and gold. I'm trying to keep the majority of the color on the egg the same as the color of the egg because later we're going to make a craft where they put the eggs in a hole and they have the ability to match the color of the egg with the color of the hole. So I want them to realize that this is mostly a yellow egg. So you don't have to make them that way, but like I said, for the craft later, they would probably do better if you have it mostly the same color. Obviously, I can't talk and draw at the same time. So here we go. And let's see, probably one more. And I'm going to put a little bit of maybe some gold in here to do something, maybe just some lines in between. Again, you need to be careful as you try to roll it around. I try not to put anything at the very top or the bottom of the egg, and that way I have a place to hold on to it. It doesn't take that long for it to dry, but it does take a few seconds. So I'm going to put that down and let you see over here. Let's check this purple one over here. So see, now it's already all dry. It's all dry, even these last little ones that we did. So there's my green egg, and then I'm going to make a blue egg. There's my eggs. All right. So in just a minute, I'll be back with the supplies for the next craft. For our next craft, we are going to make a color matching game. So you are going to need an empty box. You are going to need some shipping tape, scissors, pencil, a box cutter or an X-Acto knife, some regular Scotch tape, a piece of white or any color of scratch paper. And then to color the box, you could either use construction paper or paint your box. I didn't have construction paper, so I just painted some white paper and allowed that to dry. We are going to start with our Amazon box that I have, and what you want to do is just make sure that both sides are untaped. I'm going to leave my bottom side open so that when they put the eggs inside the top, that when they're ready to take them out, they just open up the box and shake it out and all the eggs will come out. If you want, you can choose to cut these off, and so that it will just lay on the floor, kind of like this, and so that they don't have to open it every time they just remove the box, but that is up to you. So what you want to do first is you want to tape down this top really well with your shipping tape. It works much better than Scotch tape. And then you want to decorate your box into 6 different zones of different colors. I'll show you how that looks in just a minute. Now that I have painted my box, or in this case, taped my painted sheets of paper to my box, I am putting a layer of packing tape all the way around the box to give it just a little bit more support. I'm only going to the halfway down the box because I'm not really finishing the sides, but you can do it all the way down and over and around the sides if you like. So I have already done this side and this side. So those were my last 2 sheets that I had to finish. So that's what our colored box is looking like now. All right, so now we want to cut our holes in it. So before we cut our holes, we need to make a pattern. And that's what this little white paper is for. What you're going to do is you're going to take one of those eggs and you are going to hold it up at the top and take your pencil and try to go straight down all the way around your egg. Try not to let your pencil do this too much. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect because you're going to adjust it a little bit. Matter of fact, look at how unperfect that is. However, when we fix it here for the back side, you will see it won't make a difference. So cut this out. You want to, if anything, cut it just a little bit inside of your lines. Just a little bit, oops, I'm not letting you see, sorry about that. Cut it just a little bit inside of your lines that you drew for your egg. Our pattern is going to be what's left over, not the circle. So I use a little bit of this Scotch tape to reinforce my cut mark here, right there like that. And then I'm going to hold this up and just make sure that my egg fits through and that it's not super loose in there. It looks pretty good. Doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. So this will be our circle, our template that we use to cut out the circles on our box. So take your Scotch tape and tape down your template, preferably kind of in the middle of your box. And you want to now take your box cutter or your X-Acto knife and you want to cut around your circle here. So as I was cutting out my template, I went to push out my cut hole, and I realized, here's a tip I should show you, on the inside of your box, you should pull up these things, these side pieces, prior to trying to cut them out, or you're going to have to cut through both layers, and you don't need to do that. So make sure that you move these out of the way first, and then finish up all of your little holes. So here is our final product with all the holes cut out. And again, this obviously is an adult craft. The game is for the kids, but Children should not have access to this. This is very, very sharp. And by the way, we are at the time of the coronavirus, so you be careful too. You do not want any hospital visits right now for unnecessary cuts in your fingers. So now that the box is finished, the kids' job is obviously to find their eggs and match their colors. So there's nothing to stop them from putting in the wrong color, but you can teach them color matching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a great holiday, and we will talk to you again soon. This is Miss Brenda with Tada Gymnastics.